Daniel chapter 10, 1 and 2. Are you there? It says, in the 10th year of Cyrus, king of Persia, a message was revealed to Daniel, whose name was called Belteshazzar. And look at what the Bible says. It says, the message was true. See? The message was true. But the appointed time was long. Appointed time. The kairos moment. The opportune time. The time to launch. The time to execute. The time was long. It could take 20 years, 25 years. The fact that you had a dream today that you are preaching the whole world doesn't mean it's going to happen in 2 years' time. No. That could be 30 years from now. It could be 20-something years. There are some things I've seen myself doing now. It's taking years. Brethren, but you see, you will have to think about this because your life, your call, your assignment, your success are all tied together. And by the way, success doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have a big church. Having a big church doesn't mean you're successful. Success simply is following God's plan for your life. If all God told you is to preach to one person, that's success. See, we make a mistake. We always look at other people. This person is doing it. Look at this person. Look at the building. But what did he tell you to do? That's the key. Maybe he didn't even tell you to have a church. Don't have one if he didn't tell you. You see, everybody's trying to copy somebody else. Everybody's trying to preach like teenagers. But you're not teenagers. You need to find out who you really are. Find out who you are. And fulfill your destiny. Now this is very important. Because we tend to copy other people. We tend to measure success by setting worldly standards. God's success, when God says success, it simply means you are doing what I said you should do. Period. Nobody might even know you. You are successful. For when a man of God went to heaven, he says, he met intercessors, widows, who were prayer warriors, who were given the highest honor in heaven. They were at the throne of God. In fact, he said there were great men of God who had so many churches around the world who were at the gate of heaven, the lowest point. So it's not about your accomplishments per se. It's not about your titles. It's not about who you are, your fame, your celebrity. No. It's about what God said to do and what you did. Amen. Simple. Because see, what God is telling everybody to do is different. We're not the same. We have different assignments. Different callings. Now, those widows, according to the prophet, they were very faithful, but nobody knew them. They prayed faithfully for years and died. And they were given the highest honor in heaven. Nobody knew them. See, sometimes we think, unless you're famous, everybody knows you, you're a celebrity, then it means God is with you. No! No. We need to find out what is God's plan for your life. See, that's the most difficult part. Getting the plan is the most difficult thing. What is the plan? What did God tell you to do? Because I know a lot of things God has told me to do, and I've been doing them. I'm called to train leaders. I have a Bible college for 10 years. I do seminars around in nations. I do school of ministry in nations. If I'm going to do a school of ministry in Ghana, somewhere in April, somewhere. I've been doing this for years. I know what God told me to do. Perhaps He didn't tell me to have a church of 10,000 and sit at one place. Perhaps He didn't tell me to do that. So if somebody had a 10,000, fine, God bless them. They're also doing what God told them to do. But there's no comparison. We cannot compare. See, in the ministry, there's no comparison. You know why? Because the plans are different. That's why we can't compare. In fact, you're only comparing what you're doing with your plan in heaven. That's what you need to compare with. Not with any other person. You cannot compare with anybody else. You know why? Because God never gives two identical visions. There are never any two identical plans. Never. You're going to find two people with the same plan? Never. Now look at human beings in the world. We're about 7-8 billion right now. Do you know that everybody's face is different? Even the Siamese twins, people who are born as twins, you are told that there is something different about them. It means their eye scans may be different, their tongue prints will be different. So we call this the theory of uniqueness. We are all unique. We are different. But there are things you can do, nobody else can do it. You're the only one who can do it. You need to discover you. This is very important. You need to find out who you are. Don't try to be a pastor if God didn't call you to be a pastor. Don't try to be a prophet if God didn't call you to be a prophet. You see, when the prophetic movement started, All of a sudden, everybody you met was a prophet. I'm wondering, everybody was a prophet. Someone's been prophesying in the marketplace. They will collect a seed and they'll give you a word. All kinds of things will happen. Because it was the hottest ministry of the day. It was sensational. It could attract people. It brings him cash sometimes. That is not enough for you to want to be a prophet. Because you standing in the wrong office can pursue your life. It can be very dangerous. I'm going to teach all these things in the next few weeks. But please don't miss tomorrow, Monday, every Monday. Because you're going to miss vital information you will need to fulfill your destiny. Vital. Whatever you're doing, make sure you are here on Monday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Because I'm going to be downloading certain vital secrets that you need to fulfill your destiny. Very important. So, it said the message was true, but the appointed time was long. The appointed time. You see, there is an appointed time for God to launch you. There's an appointed time when God will launch you. But God is also waiting for you to put yourself in the place where He can launch you. Your preparation. Your preparation is the key. Give me Luke chapter 12, verse 47. Your preparation is the key. Luke 12, 47. Luke 12, 47. Now look what the Bible said here. This is for some of my favorite scriptures. We've read it before. It says, and that servant who knew his master's will. Who knew his master's will? You see, there are people who know what God wants them to do. They know God is calling to be a pastor. They know God is calling to be a prophet, a prophetess, an apostle. They know it. There are people who know. They have some idea. Maybe they are called to leadership. They might not perhaps know which area of leadership, but they know they are called into ministry, to leadership position. Not everybody is called to leadership position. So there are people also who don't know what God has called them to do. Now look what the Bible says about these two people, two groups. That servant who knew his master's will and did not prepare himself. Did not prepare. Did not prepare. Many people are not preparing. And do you know why? Do you know what it means? It means if you're not preparing, then you can't do it. You can't. Tell me. You can't just get up and say, I want to be a nurse. You don't need to know nursing school, no nursing practice. You just get up and start giving people injections. You're going to kill people off. Yeah. You can't be a quack doctor. You can't go to medical school, which is 5 years. After 1 year, you check out, you put in a white coat, and you put in a stethoscope, and you start doing clothes. You're going to kill people off. That's the same thing I see in ministry today. There are people who just get up overnight with some gift themselves a prophet. No preparation, no training, no equipment, no learning, no studying. And they are killing people off spiritually. It's the same thing. So preparation is so important. God needs you to prepare for the assignment. Otherwise, you can never execute it. In fact, it's more dangerous to execute a ministry for which someone has not prepared than even him not doing at all. It's more dangerous. Because lives are in the balance when we're ministering. People's lives. People can go astray. And so many warnings in the Bible about that. So that servant who knew his master's will and did not prepare himself or do. See, and I found that those two words have been juxtaposed. They put side by side for a reason because they're connected. In other words, if you're not prepared, then you can't do it. You can't. Did not prepare himself or do according to his will. What the result? The Bible says, he shall be beaten with many stripes. Beaten with blows. It's a metaphor for challenges in life. Certain challenges will come into your life. You don't know where they're coming from. For those of us from Africa, everything is witches. It's not everything that is witches. Some problems we have caused it ourselves. It's our own making. Of course, perhaps we are giving the witches the door to really enter and exacerbate it. But really, it's not about that. So we need to understand this is very important. Now go to verse 48. You find that even those who don't know their calling and never did will also be beaten. Their beating will be lower, smaller. But either way, there is a beating. Either way, there is a beating. You see, with God, ignorance is no excuse. For instance, you can't go and steal a goat and then you are taken to court and jail and say, I didn't know stealing a goat was wrong. Once it's in the law, it's in the law. So he says, but he who did not know yet commit 7 of stripes shall be beaten with few. Shall be beaten. For everyone to whom much is given, from him much will be required. And to whom much has been committed, of him they will ask. So, listen, brethren, God has endowed you with certain abilities. He's going to ask you one day. In fact, we're not even waiting till you die. He's asking you right now. Right now. Because you not developing that gift and using it is affecting his church. You're affecting the church. It has what I call a negative cascading effect. Affects other people. Affects other people. Imagine if somebody is a singer who needs to sing before a prophet comes to prophesy. The singer never prayed, never prepared, never went into God's presence. He just jumped from McDonald's and took a microphone. Then the anointing of the prophet will be diminished. Because the anointing of the prophet depends on the singers. So it has a negative cascading effect. It affects the church. So the prophet should have seen something to avoid somebody's death, but because the anointing was lower, he couldn't see it, somebody died. See, it's interconnected. The gifts are interconnected. Please don't joke with your ministry. Neglecting your ministry has consequences for you and for the church. And that's why I want to take my time to teach. You see, I've been doing this for the past three weeks. I think the time has come. God wants me to really emphasize this in this place. Even on Facebook, as many as are watching out there. Because you probably not going to hear some of these messages in certain places. Nobody talks about this. Well, perhaps you're going to hear say you're blessed, you're mountain top, your financial breakthrough, but you probably not hear about this. It's so important. In fact, it's even the key to our financial prosperity. Obedience to the will of God. Obedience. So this is some of the things I want to discuss this afternoon. Very important. Take me to Luke chapter 19. Luke chapter 19, I'm going to read from verse 1 to 11. 1 to 12. No, sorry, 1 to 13. Luke 19, 1 to 13. 1 to 13, are you in the boat? Then Jesus entered and passed through Jericho. Now behold, there was a man named Zacchaeus. I'm sure you've heard of Zacchaeus. Yes. Zacchaeus, who was a chief tax collector, and he was rich. A rich man. Then what happened? And he sought to see who Jesus was, but could not because of the crowd, for he was of short stature. He was a short guy. So he ran ahead and climbed up into a sycamore tree to see him, for he was going to pass that way. Verse 5. And when Jesus came to the place, he looked up and saw him and said to him, Zacchaeus, make haste and come down, for today I must stay at your house. What a breakthrough. Imagine somebody knocks on your door and you open, it's Jesus. I'm talking about, I'm not talking about vision, physical, open vision. Yes. So he made haste, came down, received him joyfully. But when they saw it, they all complained, saying, he has gone to be a guest with a man who is a sinner. Verse 8. Then Zacchaeus stood and said to the Lord, look, Lord, I give half of my goods to the poor. And if I've taken anything from anyone by false accusation, I restore fourfold. And look at what Jesus said in verse 9. And Jesus said to him, today, salvation has come to this house, because he also is a son of Abraham. Then look at what then Jesus said something very important. And I can tell you that all ministry revolves around this statement in verse 10. Everything we're doing revolves around this. This is the ultimate goal of every ministry. The end goal. The purpose for the church existence upon the earth all revolve around this. Look at what it says. For the Son of Man has come to seek and to save that which was lost. The Son of Man's primary reason why he came. Purpose. He has come to seek and to save. You see, you can't save unless you first seek. If you don't evangelize, you can't get new converts into your church. It doesn't work like that. You seek before you seek. So we'll talk about it. I'll be talking about office for evangelists. Maybe the next 1 or 2 weeks. I'll talk about all the ministry gifts. Break it down. So if you're here and that calling is in your spirit, it will come out. Come Now go to the next verse, verse 11. Now look at what Jesus said after that. Well, the narrator said, now as they heard these things, he spoke another parable than Jesus. He said, because he was near Jerusalem, and because they thought the kingdom of God will appear immediately. See, the Jews were expecting what we call the Messianic kingdom. I believe it was about 1,000-year reign upon the earth, what we call the millennial kingdom, where Christ will be here physically in Jerusalem, we're going to rule and all that. At that time they thought that it was coming. You see, we are expecting that time, that kingdom. And every time in Christianity, the people, the generation are also expecting a Messianic kingdom. They asked Jesus the question. They thought that the kingdom was coming immediately. But in response, Jesus said something. Verse 12. Verse 12. Therefore he said, a certain noble man went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. So he called 10 of his servants, delivered to them 10 minas, it's a monetary currency at the time, and said to them, do business till I come. What he's trying to tell you and I here is that he died, he resurrected, he ascended, he's going to heaven for a time, he's waiting. Why is he waiting there? For us to do the business of the kingdom until he comes back. But you see, we're not doing it. We're not. Matthew 24:14 said, this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached throughout the whole world. Then the end shall come. Now, I have a feeling the church is actually prolonging the return of Jesus. Because the work has not been done. Most people are not involved in ministry. Most people they go to church, it's a social club, it's a religious duty, and they go back, nothing is being done. And so Jesus said that whilst he's gone, we must do business. Now when you say business, you think I'm talking about selling houses, the estate agent. No, I'm not talking about that. Do business. That business is spiritual. About the kingdom. Go to Matthew 25. Matthew 25:14. Are you there? Now Jesus told the same parable again. The one he told Luke, he said again here in the book of Matthew. To stress how important our callings are, our ministry, our assignment is. And generally speaking, the business of the kingdom. How important. Because I can tell you this. Sometimes even your health is tied to it. Your health. Sometimes how long you live on earth is tied to it. It's not something we should take lightly at all. People say even how long they will live. It's tied to it. Your prosperity, your success, your life, your longevity. It's all tied to it. Your protection, your covering. It's all tied to your assignment. Because obedience brings covering over your life. Disobedience removes the covering. That's what happened to Jonah. He almost died in the sea. Even for the mercy of God. See, thank God for his mercy. He gives us chances. Second chance. Third chance. I'm afraid there'll be a point where chances are finished. That's what the problem is. Chances don't go on forever. Boom. They come to an end at some point. But nobody knows when it will come to an end. That's how dangerous it is. So he said, for the kingdom of heaven is like a man traveling. Now that man is Jesus himself. It's a parable about himself. He said, for the kingdom of heaven is like a man traveling to a far country who called his own servants. Who are the servants? All Christians. It's not men of God. Every believer. We are all servants. Why? Because we are called to serve. Mark 10:45. So for even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve and give his life a ransom for many. He came to serve. To serve. Not to be served. You know, most people go to church to be served. Because then they land on your plate, they have an anointing oil in your hands. But then land on your plate, they're talking about a business. But then land on your plate, they're talking about a marriage. They're talking about a husband. They're talking about a child. They never mention the kingdom. They're not interested in the kingdom. It's always about one problem or another. It's always about a problem. You know, problem? God doesn't want us to put the cart before the horse. He said, if you focus on my kingdom, your problems are taken care of. Simple. They're taken care of. There are some of the things you don't even have to pray. They're done automatically. They're done. So he said, for the kingdom of heaven is like a man traveling to a far country who called his own servants. Do you know why he said own servants? He's not giving this ministry to unbelievers, to believers. In fact, he's not even giving it to angels. He's given to redeem human beings upon the planet. Amen. We have been given ministries. We're the ones he's counting on. Couldn't God have used angels? He could have. He didn't use angels. He used born again Christians for this word. So if you are born again Christian, you have an assignment, which you probably may have neglected for all these 20 years. Most people have neglected it anyway. Most people. There are very few people actually who are engaged in the ministry. At any point in time, those of you who are singing and worshiping, you are already engaged in ministry. But you see, ministry is at different levels. At some point, God begins to take you to the higher levels. So if you're doing something, don't underestimate it. Don't say, but I'm just playing the drums. No, it's part of ministry. You're already in ministry. You're faithful playing your drums. You're already in ministry. Playing the organ, you're in ministry. This is a ministry, my brother. You're in ministry. You're doing ministry. Not everyone who's going to be a man of God or a pastor. No. Don't force yourself to be a pastor if God didn't call you to be a pastor. Do you know how challenging this work is? You have no idea. See, some people want to be in the limelight. They don't know the challenges that come with it. Do you know all the devils are looking at you? You are the target. Probably it's better for you to sit in the corner somewhere.
No ministry then.
Well, ministry of another kind, but not in the limelight. Not standing before a pulpit. You know, those at the back doing the mixer. It's all part of ministry. They call it helps ministry. Helps. They help and facilitate the worship service. Like the person who's doing the video recording. That's helps ministry. The businessman who brings money. That's a helps ministry because I need money to do the work. So I need a businessman to make money. I need you to make money and bring the money. So you see, everybody's important. That's why there's no comparison. There's no superiority complex when it comes to ministry. You don't say, well, I'm a prophet and you are an usher, so you're nothing. No, we don't say that in ministry. God doesn't say any difference. It's a calling. Of course, those who don't have knowledge and understanding, they are arrogant and they boast, but because they don't understand. So he says, he called his own servants and delivered his goods to them. Goods. Go to verse 15. You're going to see in a moment of time. 15. And to one he gave 5 talents. The talent is a monetary unit at the time. Now this talent actually represents the gift God has given to you. Simple. It's not about money. It's a metaphorical saying. It's a figure of speech. It's a parable. So we have to decode it. It's about the gifts of the Spirit God has given to you. Yes. Whatever gift. Yours could be administration. It could be prophesying. It could be teaching. It could be singing. It could be worshiping. It could be organization, instrumentalist, musician. Whatever it is. God gave you the ability. I'm going to show you that this ability came from God. When he created you, came from God. So to one he gave 5 talents, to another 2 talents, and to another 1 talent. Now look at what he said. To each according to his own ability. To each. See, there are some things you don't have the ability. Don't go there. See, people are doing all kinds of things. Somebody say, I'm a man of God, but when they preach, you want to leave the building. You're not called to be a man of God. You can't teach. But you want to teach by force. When you preach, people are sleeping. Stop preaching. Jesus. Maybe you are called to be an usher, not a preacher. My God. You see, you are forced to be a pastor. Because you're looking for human recognition. You're looking for human respect, not divine respect. Or divine recognition. And then one day you die, you go to stand before and Jesus says 0. You score 0. All the things I told you to do, you never did it. You're trying to be somebody else. I didn't give you that ability. Listen to me, brethren. John 3:27 says, a man can receive nothing except it is given to him from above. You see what I'm teaching? It's an ability given to me from above. I'm giving it to me. I have to prepare, I have to study, and then I'm given an anointing to teach. So I can navigate the Bible, I can go in so many places at the same time. It's my gift. If you don't have this gift, you can't do what I'm doing. Don't even try it. Because you're going to disgrace yourself. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to each. You see what he said? To each. Everybody has got an ability. Everybody here in this room. Unless you're not a Christian. If you're here and you're not a Christian, then well. But if you're a Christian, are you a Christian? Then you have a certain gifts, certain abilities given to you by God for an assignment. And you know something about how scary this is? The moment you get an ability from God, you are accountable. You become responsible for its use. If you abuse it, you mess it up, there's accountability. For there can be judgment if you mess it up. If you use it for personal gain, you can be judged. Some people have already been judged. I know some so-called prophets who have died just because they abused the gift of God. Some are dead as I speak now. I know some personally myself. So we have to be careful. Because see, it is a gift. It was given to you. You didn't buy it with your credit card. It was given to you. Free. Did you buy it? You didn't buy it. If you bought it, show me which supermarket where you bought it. Which mall, shopping mall you bought it from. It came from heaven. It was downloaded into your spirit. Amen. For the ministry. For the church of God. Amen. And you want to go around merchandising it. So it says, to each according to his own ability. His own what? Ability. Do you know what ability means? Ability means able. You're able to do something. For instance, there are some things I cannot do. True. See, there are some things I cannot do. You see, for instance, in this church, I'm a general overseer, but I'm not a pastor. You need to know the difference. General overseer means that you'll be given an assignment to establish a base. It doesn't mean you are the pastor of the church. Very soon I'm going to introduce those who are going to be pastor in this church. Very soon you're going to see. Those who I believe God may have called and gifted for that role. They'll be doing that part for me. So I'll be here from time to time. I'll be teaching. I'll be traveling. Somebody will be here doing the pastoral. All those. You see, in this ministry, I can't let you pastor a branch if I know you're not a pastor. I can't let you do it. Because it will go against me. If you went to heaven and you are rebuked, then I will also be rebuked. Why did the general overseer put you into this office? When he knew I have not put you in this office. I'll get a rebuke from heaven. Yeah. I don't want that. So we're going to make sure everybody will stand in the office. Amen. So I don't care if you want to be a pastor. What you want to is not what I'm interested in. What God wants you to be is what I'm interested in. Amen. But you can't even bribe me. Hey. Oh. Amen. No, you can't bribe me. Amen. Some time ago, somebody came to me. Sometimes somebody came to me in the church. He said, please, man of God, make me an elder. Please. He was begging me. I was so angry that day in my spirit. Who makes people elders? It's not me. It's God. If God speaks to me to make an elder, I will. But I can't. Even if you're my brother-in-law, I can't. Oh, yes. Even if you're my family member, no. If God hasn't said it, I can't do it. You can't give me money, I can't do it. See, maybe you don't know me yet. If God hasn't said it, if God has not said it, I can't do it. If God hasn't said it, no, I can't do it. Discipline. I can't just say because you're my brother, become a prophet. When God didn't call you to be a prophet, He called you to be a cleaner. Go clean. That's what He called you to do. I'm trying to find my place. I'm trying to do what I'm called to do. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not a pastor. Not many people will tell you that. Because I know what I'm called to do. This is so important. Brethren, this thing I'm telling you will go into eternity. It has eternal consequences. Eternal. Your where you're going to even reside in heaven will depend on this. Your glory in heaven will depend. We're not all going to have the same glory in heaven. No. There are different degrees of glory in heaven, depending on how faithful you were with the calling He placed upon your life. It's so important. So the Bible says, to each according to his own ability. And immediately he went on a journey. That's Jesus. And when he died, he went to heaven. Then he gave the ministry to the church. And then he's waiting. Then at some point he will come back. Now let me break this down. You're going to see. Verse 16. Then he who had received the 5 talents went and traded. He did ministry with the gift God gave it to him. You see? He traded. Many people are not trading. Don't forget he said, do business till I come. They don't do any business. They're just in church, dancing. No business. Then he who had received the 5 talents went and traded with them. Traded. Thank God, I've traded 2 gifts for almost 25 years. Well, I go back 40 years. I used it when I was in university. I was prophesying in the university. I was teaching in the university. Go back to 1980. I got a gift in 1980. 40 years ago today. 40 years ago. I had a gift of teaching and prophecy. I went to heaven in 1974, 75. I spoke to Jesus. I saw heaven with my eyes. Nobody told me. I saw it. I can tell you. I saw with my eyes. I came to hell. I saw a part of hell. I have seen all these things. I can't lie to you. I saw it. And that's why I don't joke with ministry. Because I know one day we'll go back there and give account. One day we'll be going back there. Sometimes if you see this thing, it will change your life. People are wasting their life. They're wasting time. They're wasting time. They're wasting time. They're busy about other things that really will not matter after we exit here. It won't count. Nobody's going to say, well done, good and faithful engineer. No, there's nothing like that in heaven. It doesn't apply. Well done, good and faithful mechanic. No. Your mechanic didn't save any soul. It's not spiritual ministry. So you see, we are spending all our time on the secular. All our time is spent, energy and money. It's on the secular. And we have neglected the most important thing in this life. Your assignment, spiritual assignment, be neglected. So he who had received the 5 talents went and traded with them. Trading. Are you trading? Went and traded. And made another 5 talents. And likewise, he who had received 2 gained 2 more. Do you know that these 2 are the same? They are the same reward. Look at it. Look at mathematics. 5 talents were given. Certain. This guy had more gifts. So of course more was expected. But he fulfilled the requirements. These 2 talents didn't have enough that was the 5 talents. But he also fulfilled the requirement because he also had an increase of 100%. 2 more. As far as God is concerned, 2 are the same. So the first one could be an apostle. The other one could be an usher. But they have the same reward in heaven. Heaven doesn't reward you because you're a prophet. Differently for somebody who's a cleaner. No. It's about faithfulness. See, people don't. Is it? Maybe people need to. That's why everyone wants to be a prophet. Because that's what they think. Unless you're a prophet, you're calling everybody's address, everybody's name, and everybody's hometown. Then you have a big place in heaven. No. You might go and see the prophet at the lowest point. Because he wasn't faithful. Maybe he merchandised the gift. He's even lucky to be saved. Likewise, he who received the 2 get 2 more also. Now look at verse 18. But he who received the one talent went and dug in the ground. He didn't try. In fact, if you are here today and you are not doing ministry, you have put your talent in the ground. You have dug the ground and you have hidden it. You are like that person. Because they don't do anything. No productivity. No trading. No trading. So many Christians are not trading. They don't do anything in the kingdom. Nothing. So he says, he who received 1 went and dug in the ground and hid his Lord's money. See, whose money? The Lord's money. Whose gift? The Lord's gift. But the gift is buried. The gift is not used. Somebody somewhere suffers because of that. Now look what the Bible says, verse 9. It says, after a long time, we don't know how long Jesus will be up there, but he's coming back. After a long time, the Lord of those servants came and settled accounts. See, he used an accounting term. Greek word logizomai. Settle is about a trial balance on your head. Profit and loss on your account on your head with your gift. Every one of us are going to have this profit and loss account drawn on your head one day. Settle accounts. Settle accounts. The time we have some accountants, isn't it? Accountant, you look at me. Okay. Settle accounts with them. Brother, God is going to settle accounts with us. God is going to settle accounts with all of us. Imagine I ask you, what do you do with the gift I gave you? Oh, sorry, Jesus, I didn't even know anything about it. It will be disaster. Disaster. Settle accounts with them. Look at verse 20. For instance, if you are called to be a businessman to bring money to church, and all you do is take the money and go to Disneyland, you don't bring anything to church, and you settle accounts with you, you'll be in trouble. You'll be in big trouble. In fact, you're going to see your business start failing right from here. You even wait till you die. Here, right here, you start collapsing. Because that was the main reason why he gave you money. I will show you, it's in the book of Luke chapter 16. Is there? So whatever God gives you that you do not use, eventually goes into a frozen state. It gets buried. You suffer the consequences. In this life and the life to come. You suffer both places. So he who received 5 talents came and brought 5 other talents. Say, Lord, you delivered to me 5 talents. Look, I've gained 5 more talents beside them. 21. And what did he say? Now look at this. His Lord said to him, well done, good and faithful servant. Good and faithful servant. Good and faithful. Now I need to explain these 2 key words. Very important in the Greek. Agathos. Good and faithful. You see, there are 2 fruits. There are 9 fruits of the Spirit in Galatians chapter 5 verse 22. There's a pair called a twin fruit, goodness and kindness. We call them a pair of fruit, because the 2 are related. Now, kindness is a mental disposition. Goodness is a practical activity. Yes. And the 2 are connected. In other words, let me explain it this way. The Greek word for kindness is Christotes, and it simply means that somebody who has a good mind, if he gets a chance, he will do good. But he hasn't got a chance yet. But it's a mental state. And there's somebody who's a giver, but he hasn't got any money now. But once he gets money, he's going to give. See, all the time he's walking around without money, he's kind. He has a mental disposition of kindness. Once he gets the opportunity, he will translate that which was in mind to practical activity. So the kindness now becomes goodness. So kindness and goodness are related. In the same way, there are some people who are wicked in their mind. They are malicious. The moment they get a chance, they will carry out their wickedness practically. So when Jesus said good and faithful, now goodness is one thing, faithfulness is another thing. Faithfulness is the consistency. Yes. Because you can only be good for 2 weeks and the next 3 weeks you're not good. Jesus. So goodness is that using that gift. Faithfulness is how often you use it, the consistency. You can be relied upon, you can be trusted, you can be counted upon to do it. I mean, so the first time, this organ is faithful. Any day, anytime I come, and the organ is, I say, well, give me 5 minutes, he will be here. And lo and behold, he's here. But there are some people you can't be so sure. Once they come and ask, will he be here? Well, I don't know. Let's wait and see. So they're not faithful. So Jesus is talking about goodness and faithfulness. The 2 must come together. You serve the gift, you are consistent. I mean, I want to thank God for giving me the grace. I can tell you this, I'm not boasting, but for almost 25 years, almost every Sunday, I can't see one Sunday where I say, the weather is cold, let me just watch TV. Nah. I'll be there. That's consistency. Consistent. You are there. You should have gift. For 25 years, prophecy and teaching, I've used this gift for almost every week for 25 years. Almost. Yeah, that's what Jesus is talking about here. So Christians cannot be counted upon. You can't be sure. They will give you excuses. Headache. Ooh, somebody's coughing in the house. All kinds of excuses. Consistent. Jesus wants people who are consistent. They're faithful. So his Lord said to you, well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many. He talk about the millennial kingdom. Some of us will be governors, presidents of countries. That's the role. In the 1,000-year reign upon earth. So I'll make you ruler over many. He said, enter into the joy of your master. Go to the next verse. I'll show you. 22. He also who had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, you delivered to me 2 talents. Look, I have gained 2 more talents beside them. Now what do you say? His Lord said to him, well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful over a few things. I'll make you rule over many things. Enter the joy. Now look at verse 24. Those who buried their talent. Then he who had received the 1 talent came and said, now I'm going to analyze what he said to you, and you're going to see. He said, Lord, I knew you to be a hard man. Somebody just said I was a hard man. I knew you to be a hard man. I knew you to be a hard man. When we go to a tribunal, then you tell him that. He says, I knew you to be a hard man. That's not true. He's not a hard man. See, it's not true. Now, what does it tell about this guy? He doesn't even know him. He doesn't know the Lord. He's so gentle, so humble, so good, so loving. He doesn't know him. So number 1, he says, I knew you to be a hard man. That is false. That's not true. Number 2, he said, you reap where you don't sow. That is false. In other words, you expect me to do something, you didn't give me the tools. That's not true, because he has already put a talent into his hands. Yes. He put a gift inside you. Yes. You never used it. Amen. That is also false. He said, you are reaping where you haven't sown. He has sown into you certain abilities and gifts and talents. Now he was waiting for fruit. No fruit came. No fruit. Now you're going to say why. Get the reason why. Number 3 says, you gather where you have not scattered seed. That's false. Go to the next verse. You're going to see something. 25. 4, he says, I was afraid. Fear. That's why many people don't use their gift. Fear. Come and sing in front of the church. No, I'm afraid. Come and prophesy. I'm afraid I'll make a mistake. Who didn't make a mistake when he started? We all make a mistake when we start prophesying. Once you launch out, you're like a toddler. You get up, you fall. You get up, you fall. You get up, you fall until you get up. Yes. So whatever gift you have to step out. Yes. You have to step out. People are afraid to use their gift because they are afraid they might make a mistake. They are afraid somebody will criticize them. They are afraid somebody will judge them. They are afraid. Jesus. But if you don't get to do it, you will never know how to do it. That's why, Rama, we got to a point, I want to give people the opportunities. That's why I started a Wednesday preaching rota. I don't come here on Wednesday to preach. I did it for you, so you can use your gift. And the more we expand, the more opportunities you're going to get. Because my assignment, if your gifts are fulfilled, then my mission is complete. Amen. My calling is tied to your calling. I'm a trainer. So if I can get you to come to that place at a higher level, then I get credit in heaven. Amen. I get fulfilled my ministry. So my ministry is intertwined with yours. So you thought, you have no idea how eager to launch you. I haven't launched you because you're not prepared yet. Most of the time, you have delayed yourself. I told you to come to Bible school, you didn't show up. Didn't I tell you to come to Bible school? I was afraid. Fear. Fear is a spirit, brethren. Fear is a spirit. It's a deadly spirit. Fear. It brings torment. It brings condemnation. Fear is so dangerous. Maybe I need to find time and teach on fear. Because so many Christians have that disease. Fear. Fear your marriage will break down. Fear your husband will run away. Fear your wife will run away. Fear your children will go wayward. Fear you'll be sacked from the job. Fear. Fear. Oh, you need it?
We need that.
I need to bring a very big injection and come and inject all of you against fear. Inoculate you and bring a vaccine against fear. Because it's a real problem.
Oh, yes.
Fear of death. Fear, afraid you're going to die. Fear you're going to catch some sickness. Fear. So let me tell you, if you have a bad dream, there's no cause for fear. Dreams are only meant to alert you about what the enemy is planning. Simple.
Yes.
Then you know what to do. Because you have authority.
Yes.
So if you had a dream that you were dead, rejoice. It means God said, look at what he's planning. Go and fight and destroy what they're doing.
Come on.
So you should rather rejoice and thank God. See, some people, when you give a prophecy, hey, this is negative. What can I do? This is a bad prophecy. I'm actually helping you by showing what the enemy is planning.
Yes.
So you can destroy it in the spirit
Yes.
before it lands in the physical.
Yes.
You don't want it to take you by surprise.
True.
God doesn't want it to take you by surprise. So he gives you a dream. He gives strength to a prophet. Some people say, well, it's negative. It is a negative prophet. I don't want to hear it. Prophet of doom. And I've seen people who have died because of that. In my own ministry, people have died. They didn't listen. They're dead. So I went to the funeral. And see, if you are listening to me, you know being the prophet. Don't forget this. We have enemies, brother. All of us have enemies.
Oh, yes.
In the spirit. The enemy doesn't want you alive.
No.
He doesn't want you alive. It's God who has preserved us until this point.
Oh, yes.
And we must believe that you will continue to do so.
Amen.
You have to trust in the Lord
Amen.
to keep you, and He will keep you.
Amen.
If you're afraid, you stop God from doing His job.
True.
If fear enters, it paralyzes what God is trying to do for you. So we'll talk about fear. I was afraid and went and hid your talent in the ground. He said, look, there you have what is yours. And look at what Jesus said. Jesus said something. It struck me. But his word also said, you wicked and lazy servant. Wickedness.
My God.
Every child of God who don't use ministry is wicked and lazy. That's Jesus talking. Every believer who is not using his gifts and his talents in church. Now, do you know what he means by being wicked? Those days when I read, I thought wickedness, once he will say somebody's wicked, he wants to rob a bank, he wants to knife somebody. No. The Lord explained it to me. He said, he used an illustration. He says, he told me he told me this many years ago, we were 20-something years ago. He said there was a man called Fleming who invented penicillin. Those days people were dying with, gonokaka. You know gonokaka? People were dying of gonorrheas, they were dying of syphilis and STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. There was no cure. And this guy decided to dedicate his whole life to do research to get a cure for penicillin. He decided to dedicate his life to do research. So the Lord asked me a question. He says, I gave this scientist the ability to get medicine for this disease. What if he had not done it? He's wicked. So many people would have died. That's what Jesus means by wicked. In other words, you neglect to use your gift, somebody will suffer somewhere. In fact, you will know it now. One day when you go to heaven, you're going to see all the people who suffered because you didn't use your gift. They line up before you. All the people who suffered on account of your neglect of your gift. That's wickedness. That's wicked. It happened in my church in Ghana. Somebody had a revelation about somebody, and instead of praying, the person died. So that's what I tell intercessors. Don't take your job. If you're an intercessor, don't joke with that office. If you're supposed to be a watchwoman or watch, I'm going to be teaching that on Monday. I'm going to teach about every gift. Now, you need to be here to learn about every ministry, so you know whether somebody is doing his job or not. You will know. Right now, I know, but you may not know because you don't have the knowledge. But by the time I teach the whole church about who is an intercessor, if the intercessor starts sleeping, we will know. We'll pick it up. So he says, you wicked and lazy. Brethren, most of our problem is laziness. Spiritual laziness. Why don't the pastors study the Bible every 3 hours every night? Laziness. Why some, you may say, oh, Pastor, you don't understand. We see the work we're doing is hard. Oh, my sister or brother, there's somebody also working hard, even harder than you here. She has studied. You have no excuse. There will always be somebody in the same job you're doing who has advanced more than you. Your problem is laziness, nothing else. You're lazy, spiritually lazy. And you won't accomplish anything upon earth spiritually. You die with empty hands. No credits. You have done nothing for God. And you are exiting this life with empty hands. Oh my God. How fearful it is. So fearful. I fear for people like that. So now they don't know because they don't have the knowledge. They don't know the implications. They don't know the consequences. They don't know. Until they pass over from you. Then they will say, I wish. It's too late. You are dead now. You have exited. He has given you, do you know God has given us a precious gift called time? Don't squander it. People are squandering it. Squandering time. It's a gift. People are squandering time. You can become anything. Some people, listen, everybody has the same time, 24 hours. Why have some people advanced more than you? It's laziness. We all have the same 24 hours. Same 24. It's laziness. And abuse of time. You want to watch TV for 10 hours. I'm studying the Bible for 5 hours. You're watching TV for 10 hours. You want to teach like me? You can't. You won't be able to. They call it garbage in, garbage out. What you put in is what comes out. You put garbage, you get garbage out. You put in quality, you get quality out. It's a formula. Both physical and spiritual. Time is in your hands. You decide. You can't blame anybody. You see, stop the blame game. People like blaming a lot. You blame your husband, you blame your children, you blame the church, you blame everybody, you blame the bus driver, you blame everybody. You blame everybody. Except yourself. But when you go to heaven, God is not going to say, because of your children or your husband, your wife. No. He's not going to mention anybody. You are in the spotlight. What do you do with the calling? Said, you wicked and lazy servant, you knew that I have reaped where I have not sown and gathered where I have not scattered seed. Look at my story, sir. So you ought to have deposited at least put my money in the bank and get me interest. You go put it in the ground. I could have gotten interest. That's worse. Why did you even put my money in the bank? You could have put it in NatWest. And at my coming, I would have received back my own with interest. Yes. Now look at this, what he said after that. Judgment is pronounced. Therefore, first of all, take the talent from him and give it to him who has 10 talents. Look at verse 29. For to everyone who has more, the more you shall give, the more God will add to you. The more you shall give, the more it increases. Amen. You don't use your gift, it goes to zero. It's taken from you. And this part. For to everyone who has more will be given, and he will have abundance. Amen. But from him who does not have, even what he has will be taken away. Look at the next verse. And cast the unprofitable servant. See, unprofitable, a servant with no profit. So many Christians are like that. There's no profit. They're breathing oxygen, wasting oxygen. Cast the unprofitable servant into the outer darkness. Outer darkness. But a man of God went to heaven and said, this is not hell. I'm going to show what it is. Outer darkness. A man of God went to heaven. Years took him around, explain everything to you. Outer darkness. He even said there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Well, when I read, I thought, is this hell? But these are supposed to be Christians who didn't use their ministry. Are they going to hell? We know Christians will go to heaven. Even whether they use ministry or not, but just that where they will live in heaven, they will almost weep. They will have wished. So he said, this guy, prophet went to heaven, said that the heaven, you have the throne of God, what the Lamb is. The Lamb is the light. you see God upon the throne. There's a fulgence of light. You see this fluorescent tube about 1,000,000 times. Well, you can't describe it. Light. But imagine having like a city of about 1,000 miles, which has got a gate. You enter through, people enter through the gate, right? It says, when you are in heaven and you are at the throne, it is the most luminous, area you can be. I mean, the highest intensity of light. But as you move away towards the gate, the light diminishes. The light diminishes. Those of you who have done physics, we call it an inverse square law, which means that the more you go away, so relative, heaven is all light though, but there are points relative to the throne, it's as if you are in darkness. Relative. Light is everywhere. But because light has different intensities at different points before you get to the gate. So those who are the lowest point, the gate, it is as if they're in darkness. Relative to the throne. So we're all not going to be at the same place. When Jesus said, my Father, there are many mansions, it didn't mean for every believer. Some will have boys' quarters. Because they were not faithful upon earth. Somebody sleep on the veranda. Veranda boys.
Clay houses.
So the prophet explained that at the gate, it's like out of darkness. And now you might think, oh, but even if I get to heaven, it's fine. No, it's not. Because when you might weep, you say, I wish. I wish. The chance is gone. Now you have the chance. Right here. Right here in Stafford Road. You have the chance. It's up to you. Don't wait until then. Let me take one or two scriptures and I'm going to close. Look at 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 1 to 10. Let's talk about the resurrection. I want you to have a glimpse of what is going to happen after this life. Two Corinthians chapter 5, verse 1 to 10. Is it there? Now look at what Paul says. Paul says, for we know that if our earthly house, what's the earthly house? Our physical body, the flesh. You see, now, do you know who you are? You are a spirit, you have a soul, you live in a body. This body is your address, your physical address. It's your house. See, but you see, you're not paying rent. Free rent. You've been living here for all these years without paying rent. I think I should start collecting council tax for God. So it says, for we know that if our earthly house, this tent, what does it call a tent? A tent is made of cloth. It means it's temporal. Yeah. He used the word tent to show it's temporal. It's only for a time. One day you're going to fold the tent and exit. I don't know when that's going to be, but it will surely be. If Jesus does not come in your lifetime, it will be one day. You're going to walk out. Whether you like it or not, the landlord will ask you to leave. I'm not going to ask you to leave. You give you what they call section 21, isn't it? Section 21. You have to leave the house. You say your time is over. The game is over. I give enough time. You live for 45 years. You live 65 years. I'm sorry. Time is up. Time is up.
Jesus. My God.
So for we know that if our earthly house, this tent, is destroyed in death, we have a building from God. You see, look at the contrast between a tent and a building is permanent, made of stone. Permanent. So our glorified body is eternal. It's permanent. So we have a building from God, a house not made with hands, Jesus. Eternal in the heavens. For in this we've grown, earnestly desiring to be clothed with our habitation. In other words, Paul is saying, we want to go to heaven. Do you want to go to heaven? Well, maybe you don't want to. You don't want to die now, so you don't want to go. But there are people who want to go. For I know people in the hospital who are dying, you go and pray for them. They say, please stop praying. I want to check out. So Paul said, we desire to be clothed with our habitation which is from heaven. If indeed, having been created, we shall not be found naked. Look at verse 4. For we were in this tent, we are groaning. Why? Oh, there are too many challenges in this life. We've grown. Being burdened Not because we want to be unclothed, but further clothed, that mortality may be swallowed up by life. Because verse 5. Now he who has prepared us for this very thing is God, who has also given the Spirit as a guarantee. Once you are born again, you have the Spirit. It's a guarantee. One day you spend eternity with God. It's a guarantee. So we are always confident, Paul says, knowing that while we are at home in the body, we are absent from the Lord. Verse 7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Paul says we are confident, yes, well pleased, we're not to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. Look at verse 9. Therefore, we make it our, look at what it says. Therefore, conclusion. Having said all these things, Paul says, therefore, we make it our aim, our goal, whether present or absent, to be pleasing to him, do the things he wants. We are not. Most people are not. They don't get it. Therefore, having said all this, therefore, knowing that one day we're going to exit, one day we're going to have a permanent building and all that, there will be judgment, we'll go to judgment seat. It should change the way you live. That's what Paul says. Therefore, we make it our aim, whether present or absent, to be well pleasing to him. Verse 10, the final verse. For we must. Now you see, whenever you see for in New Testament, Greek is we call it gar, the gar construction. It means what is said before and what is said after are connected. We call it a connector. You know, a biblical connector. It's a structural marker. For we must all. In other words, he's saying because he's trying to say that because we're going to die and we're going to stand before him one day, you know, and all that, there will be judgment, you know, things will be given. We have to be careful how we live because we must all appear. All, nobody is left out. All appear before the judgment seat of Christ. See, everyone needs to one day will appear. I will appear, you will appear, everybody. In fact, he might even remind you this message I preached, he will remind you. Did you forget Prophet Commey preached this message? You give it the date, the time, you give it the address, 1 Stafford Road. Then here you are. Speechless. So for we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that each one, nobody's left out, each one may receive the things done in the body, not out of the body, in right here in this body, whilst you are alive, the things you do for God in the kingdom, in the church, in the body, according to what he has done, whether good or bad. For many people to be bad, I'm afraid it to be bad. They'll be unfaithful, they are not consistent, they don't use their gift, they are yo-yo, one day in, one day out, anytime they like. The Christians like that. Compared with those who are committed, constant, faithful. The message is clear. God bless you.